is just a kind of a more natural career.
Sure. And do you like being in show business?
Yeah, I do. I mean, yeah. I feel ambivalent about everything, but I do like it. I mean, I've had a lot of like...
You embrace it?
No, I don't like touching things. No, that's just because of the, OCD and phobia. I don't like putting my arms around things. But I don't know if that's worthy of applause. But
we'll be right back with Jesse Eisenberg.
He didn't actually put any moves on me or anything, but I...
A woman can sense, can't she?
Well, it's true. We're all very alike.
Yeah.
He'd sort of take me off to the side, and he'd sort of sit, and he wouldn't exactly put his arm around me, but he'd sort of go, He'd kind of make sure everyone in the group was watching, that he was sort of...
Really?
And then kind of play with my hand.
Yeah. He probably figured, she's the worst-looking one here of the group. Of all the gorillas, boy, I picked the ugliest one of the bunch, didn't I?
That's absolutely true, I'm sure. But the other thing is, once I was crawling up toward the big silverback, I was trying to get a shot near him, and he kind of looked at me, and he kind of got up, and he moved away because this female had presented herself to him, which means that she sort of, was suggesting that, anyway, they present themselves. I won't do it, but anyway, it's quite clear what's going on.
Clear.
And so they started to copulate, and we were all like, well, should we watch, or should we turn away, or what should we do? And so we watched, I'm afraid. We were just totally... And what was funny was it was quite interesting, actually. No sort of wasted energy. And as the big silverback you felt was about to finish, the female sort of turned around and kind of grabbed a stalk of wild celery and kind of...
It's mainly because I don't much care for sunlight, bright colors of any kind, and depress me, in fact, and my moods are more or less inversely related to the clarity of the sky on any given day. Matter of fact, my private motto has always been that behind every silver lining there's a cloud. So I schedule my errands for as late an hour as possible, and I tend to emerge along with the bats and the raccoons at twilight. And Toronto's a very good place for that, because unlike many cities in America where the exodus to the suburbs has meant a total decay at the city core, Toronto's maintains some pretty vital neighborhoods downtown. In fact, American visitors are always quite surprised that you can walk these streets at night, virtually all night, and not get mugged. And it's true, you can, although I still prefer to drive them, I must admit. The problem is, of course, that there is a certain stylish self-consciousness about all of this. I would like to think that the urge not to conform, the urge not much to care whether we're up to date with New York or Paris or whatever is supposed to be latest in the fashion mainstream, that will always be part of the Toronto character. I would like to think that, but I'm not really sure that that's so. I hope it's so. But I'm afraid sometimes that our good press has gone to our heads just a bit.
They expect, really what they expect is something unusual and I hope, not boring and normal. But beyond that, they're kind of leaving it open, I think. That's what I would like to have happen, because if, I need the freedom to do unexpected things that are even surprise me. And you just don't want to be typecast.
Roll sound. Sound speed. Action.
You want to constantly be able to surprise yourself, because it's such a long, difficult process making a film that you need to have the juice to keep going, the pressure to keep pushing you through. I can't think of anything worse than to have the sort of Hitchcock thing where you work it all out on paper first, and then, as he put it, you just grind it through the machine after that. To me, that would be a nightmare. That would be hell. I don't want to know everything. You want to be in control, but not so tightly in control that you suffocate the possibility of surprise or invention, not just on your part, but on the part of the people you work with.
This is all happening telepathically.
You gotta go. You've been there, you know what it is.
I did. I didn't go this year. I have gone to it once, and it is such a jerk parade. Like, you cannot even... It is so unbelievable.
It is so nice.
It's
That's great.
Beautiful, and then clearly I'll never go again. But you go into this beautiful space, and it's just every jerk from every walk of life is there wearing like some stupid thing, and you walk at these huge steps. And I dragged my husband along with me too, which I'm still in trouble for. And we were going, and the Met's beautiful with all these people on cameras, and we walked down this big long hallway, and we were walking about 10 feet behind this very famously mean fashion designer, and I was like, with my husband, I'm like, oh, that's, you know, that guy, and they had these, what I thought were sort of guards lining the hallway, because they were in these uniforms, and if you look carefully, they weren't guards, they were just sort of beautiful boys in weird outfits. I was like, okay. And then, so we're walking behind this, like, famous guy in this empty hallway, going to the thing, and then I realized that we were about 10 feet behind him, and we just walked into just a fart cloud. Just this famous man, just the most toxic gas that you could, but I was like, oh, this is the insides of a terrible person coming out. And we walked into that, and I sort of got the giggles, and then I looked over at the guard boys, and they were kind of like giggling in their sort of vaguely fascist uniforms, and then
Vaguely fascist.
Vaguely fascist. And then we sat down at this long table, and it's just everybody. It's everybody. If you had 1,000,000 arms, and all the people you would punch in the whole world, they're all there. And
names? Any names
I couldn't
come to
possibly.
mind?
They're wonderful people. I mean, I was there. Clearly, I was one. But so I sit down, and then I'm sitting next to like another famous guy who's like a CEO guy. Just to be clear, not Donald Trump, because he's the most famous here. Although he was there, and he was kind of like dancing in his seat.
Dancing in his seat. Yikes.
But look at this famous CEO guy's talking to me, and I think perhaps he was on ecstasy because I didn't know him, and he just reached over and started touching my hair. And I was like, this is like famous, like a businessman. What is this gig? Like, what?
I feel that you need it for that story, especially. I think the weirdest for me was having to put on this wound at, I can't remember, 5 in the morning before. I think it took 2 hours to put on. And just standing there with this sweet man, but working between my legs was really weird. And we were making it as discreet as possible. I mean, I could hide myself and stick things myself so that he wouldn't see things that I didn't want him to see. But in the end, he was still putting his nose there and painting the flesh, and that was the weirdest. Yeah.